Hello, this is Sakino, and I want to take you on a little journey today. And this journey is basically my own journey. About 2.5 years ago, when COVID started, I had to travel back from Israel in the middle of a group process that I was leading. It was the second module of my Heal Your Roots training, and it was, I think, the 5th training in Israel. And I had to travel back in the middle of that because the borders were closing, basically, or the flights were stopping. Don't remember. Anyway, I had to fly back from Israel to Germany. And COVID hit. So we went into a lockdown. We couldn't do anything in person anymore. And I was afraid, how would I be able to continue my work? And how would I leave my students and clients behind? So I was in a kind of shock state. But at the same time, I felt I don't want to give up. I don't want to give up my work. So what did I do? I got together with a few of my students in Israel on Zoom. At that time, it was a totally unknown medium for me, at least. I had never used it before. And the 4 of us, 3 of my students and I, we consulted with each other how we could possibly meet on this medium to continue our work and our journey together. So we worked out how it could be done on Zoom. And we had a meeting with that training group in Israel on Zoom. And it turned out that it was okay. It was possible to meet on Zoom. And we started trying how to do constellation work on Zoom. And I was really hesitant to do it because I thought it's not possible. I'm so used that we are in one physical space together and that someone chooses representatives, and the representatives, they take the role and they incorporate the role, and we are doing it in a physical space. So we have physical closeness and distance and all the emotional processes going on in a physical space. So I was really not sure if it would work. And so we tried it. We tried several methods, several tools, and it turned out that it was possible. And then I decided to create an ongoing group, to just give it a try. And we started, I don't remember with how many people, between 15 and 20 people from different countries. And we just started. I started a group which I call Heal Your Roots, as I call all my work Heal Your Roots, because that's my basic work, to work with early trauma and early wounds that we all have experienced. And so we started meeting weekly for 2 hours every Tuesday from 6 to 8 in the evening, my time. And miraculously, this group continued. We started out with 10 meetings because I thought it's better to have a limited number of meetings that someone has to commit to, and then rethink and redecide whether to continue or not. So we started with 10 meetings, and it turned out that everybody wanted to continue. And so it continued. So for 2.5 years now, we started in June 2020. For 2.5 years now, this Tuesday group has been meeting every single Tuesday, with very few exceptions. And for me, for myself, and also for many participants in that group, it has become a weekly stabilizer, a fixed point, a supportive time for all of us. And the way it goes is we start always with a sharing. Everybody who wants to shares their state of being right now, what they feel, how they are in this moment, what they are experiencing in their lives, what they are going through. And everybody else listens. It's not a group where we give feedback to each other. It's a group where there is space for everything that wants to be shared can be shared. And you can be sure that no one will judge you, no one will give you advice, uninvited advice or anything else, comment on your sharing. And then usually I ask if there's someone who wants to work on a particular theme. And then I work with one person. And depending on the theme that comes up, I work with a constellation, or sometimes I do more somatic work, like working with body sensations, with emotions. And sometimes we also work with each other in the group. And sometimes I do little exercises for everybody. I forgot to mention that we start every meeting with a body meditation, because I think that when we are coming from a day of all kinds of experiences and emotional processes that we have gone through, a lot of work, a lot of stress for many people, that it's good to first come home to oneself, so to say. And so that those are the first 5 to 10 minutes in the group, and then the sharing, and then the individual work. And after the individual work, there is usually time for questions or explanations or something like that. So every Tuesday this group is meeting, and after 10 meetings we start new. And right now, at the beginning of this year, we are starting a new round of 10 meetings on January 31st. And if that is anything that is interesting you, or that you feel you would like to be part of, please get in contact with me. We always have very few spaces open for new people to come in. And I can reassure you, this group is so welcoming, so heartful. So every time a new member enters the group, or 2 or 3 new members enter the group, they are immediately feeling welcome and accepted and integrated into the group. That's the quality of this group. It's welcoming, integrating, and supportive. And this is what I wanted to share with you. And if you want, you are very welcome to join us for the next round of 10 meetings on January 31. Thank you for listening.